Halloween is coming up and I know what you want, a scary movie. What chilling movie with Calvin Lockhart am I going to suggest you watch? Twin Peaks? Predator 2? No. I want you to watch a movie that, one, is better if you watch it with friends, and two, plays with your expectations. I'm talking about the 1974 thriller and whodunit film, The Beast Must Die. So unlike a lot of movies on this list, there aren't going to be a ton of black people in this film. In fact, it's just two. But all of that is a part of what makes the film interesting. The summary of the film is basically Tom Newcliffe, a rich man who loves to hunt, invites a bunch of people to his estate to stay for 3 days to find out which one of them is a werewolf. And I don't want to spoil it yet, so I'm going to just stop there. Now I'm ready to spoil it. And come on, don't give me the don't spoil it, Stephen. What would Calvin want? Calvin would want you to go and watch the movie anyway. So, fine. I will try not to spoil it as much as possible, but only because of what the movie is. This film plays with your expectations. So, you read the summary and it's like, rich man who loves to hunt invites a bunch of people over to his estate. The film opens with a black Calvin Lockhart running away from armed hunters. And then you realize, oh no, he's not being tracked like an animal. He is the rich man. This is his estate. He has these 5 white people held at his whim. Then there's the fact that the film is attempting to be interactive, like it wants you to guess who is the werewolf, to the point of taking a 30-second werewolf break for you to ponder who is the werewolf. We can ask, what is the filmmaker trying to say, or what is the film trying to say? However, what the director's intention is really doesn't matter. He didn't even want the werewolf break to be included in it. But I feel like it adds a level of creepiness to the film, especially like when you're watching it in your house at night, alone. Films aren't supposed to address this directly. This is beyond breaking the fourth wall. This is breaking the fourth wall and then building a veranda. Anyway, what I think that the film is doing, whether intentionally or not, is an interrogation of our prejudices and expectation. The film directly calls for you to say, well, this person strikes me as the least human, so they must be the villainous man-eating werewolf. Honestly, when the film first starts, I'm not even sure that werewolves exist. And while I know that is in part because of the hubris, which is a fancy word for how biggity Lockhart's character is, part of it is the way in which his guests shrug off his suggestions until I see the wolf. No matter how much we could argue the responsibility of his actions of having a werewolf sleepover, we have to first admit that he was correct. One of these persons was a werewolf. So the question is, could we pick out who is the monster when the monster looks like everybody else? And then what do we do when we're wrong? What does it mean if the person that we pick to be the monster isn't the monster? What does that say about us? Anyway, I won't ruin it by saying who is the werewolf, but I will say this. Whatever you think, you're probably wrong. Also, don't put the answer in the comment section if you watch it. Instead, put a little wolf emoji or a GIF if you figure it out. My favorite quote is early on. Not because he says something quick or witty, but because it makes me feel like maybe his character is Bohemian.
Money buys things. Men shape events. Half the kids I grew up with are right there in the same stinking shanty town, still hustling spook tourists for a living.
And how did you shape events?
I told you. I was born a hunter. I set my sights on the right tourist. Tracked it, snared it, and allowed it to take me to Miami, Florida. I was very determined.
If you're looking for some more werewolves, I don't have actual werewolves to recommend, but what I can recommend is Cinemorphosis. They do movie makeup and stuff like that. Also, if you're looking for more scary movies to watch, you should check out Horror Flicks Chicks with Kay and Chris. They do like a scary movie night every other Thursday on Instagram, so check them out as well. Also, please do not forget, mark your calendars for Calvin Lockhart Day this year. Monday, October 19th, all day. And if you like this content, consider buying me like a cup of coffee on Ko-fi. Link is in the description. Why?
And I warn you both. Tonight, the beast must die.